Right guys, round two. The battery went on the first cut, so I've got a full battery now, so we're all good. Right, let me get the screen up first. Right, we should be up. Hopefully you can see Eurusd and hopefully you can hear me okay. I've got the hyperlapse video going in the background, so if you do miss anything and you just want a quick clips of it, hopefully you might be able to zoom in on it enough. But either way, quick breakdown on where I think Eurusd is going. I'm assuming we can all see my screen. Let's look at the weekly quickly. We won't go over the weekly too much, but so obviously we're bullish at the minute, but we have actually tapped in to an area of weekly supply. So I won't mark it off because it disappears. I'll do it on the daily in a second. But as you can see above, there's a slight gap there in between this. Let me mark it on just roughly now for you. So you've got this, you've got that order block, you've got the ones above. We don't need to worry about them just yet. So yeah, we've tapped into this this first major weekly supply zone, and we have retraced away from it a bit. But I'm not so sure personally if we are going to carry on selling, because from what I've seen, we like to react from a supply zone or a demand zone, bounce off a little bit and then come back after it and take that high out. So I'm actually looking for buys. It might be totally wrong. Don't take this as definite, this is just my personal view. So yeah, let's drop down to the daily and let's go big screen. So this area, so this is the weekly supply. This one's a weekly supply higher up. We don't need to worry about that one just yet, so we'll get rid of that. Right, so we are on the daily, guys. So we've tapped into the weekly supply. We've broke structure. So as you can see, we've broke this. This is the push that daily. We've broke the daily push that actually tapped the supply. This might keep sinking, but I'm hoping for a little bit, especially a buy for now, until we can kind of see what the market's doing later on in the week. So we've broke two areas of demand, and we've actually tapped in. If you look, we've tapped in to this area of demand. So that's your demand. Here's your breaker structure. This is very clean price action at the minute. So that's your daily breaker structure. There's your impulse up, and there's your retracement down. Early buyers getting there, myself included, but it took me out. I did take some off it last week, but either way. And then we finally tapped into the demand. So now we've tapped in. Technically, you've got to go with what price is showing us. Yes, we've tapped into the weekly supply, and we could suddenly shoot down into the discount of this whole impulse. But what I'm saying is we've actually tapped in to the discount area of this last daily push. So we've tapped well into the green zone. So, and obviously now you're looking for buys, and if you get the confirmation for buys, which we'll go on now, then you may as well jump in. So let's get off that and let's go for the hourly. So this is the hourly, guys, Eurusd. As you can see, I tried to get in there, which I managed to get a little bit of percent, but then it tapped into a higher supply and then it sold past these lows. So it's gently been letting go of orders pretty much. So that being said, now we've tapped into the weekly area. This is fresh, guys. I've not actually gone over Eurusd until this video now. So what I'm seeing is we've got a good bull run there. We've got the extreme area here. Let's drop a demand on that. And we've broke this high. This wick area has been broke. So we've got that's technically the 1 hour chock. So when this starts retracing, we either want to be looking at the extreme for entries, So you could almost, I mean, I'd be tempted to wait personally, and just for a confirmation entry like this. If you set this now, this is a risk entry. Obviously, you're assuming that it does this, but you want to wait for it to come to the demand area to then drop down to the 10-minute for me, might be the 15-minute for you guys, the 5-minute, or even the 1-minute. That's your confirmation, but this is a risk entry, so potentially you could do that. Go to the highs, really. I'd be tempted to go to the highs of the high and just trail your stop loss. But anyway, we'll get rid of that for now. That's one option. But your other option is this whole area, which actually broke the high. It could just come back to this zone here. There's so many ifs, buts and bloody coconuts with trading that you can never put a guarantee on anything, but you can only kind of hope that it respects the area that it should without the orders pushing through. But anyway, so yeah, that's the supply, demand area. I don't know why I put supply there. Obviously my brain is frazzled. Yeah, so you've got two areas of demand at the minute. We want to kind of let price play out Sunday evening, which is tonight, and Monday morning to see what's happening. I may potentially get in, maybe to sell into this area, but it would have to be like a straight A kind of trade. So I'm not overly fussed. There's no point rushing. There's millions of trades out there, and there's millions of pounds and percentage to make. So let's drop down to the 10-minute, which is the 10-minute is my entry timetable, as well as my entry time frame, sorry, as well as the 1 minute. But yeah, so we've got obviously this, as you can see down here, guys, this is kind of, it's all been mitigated. The wick has penetrated the previous kind of area, so I'm not worried too much about that. This area is interesting. You could possibly, that's the last candle down before the up move started, so potentially that's more the extreme for me now, because of this bottom area has actually been mitigated straight away. You could cover it to cover your arse effectively. You could cover that area, but each to their own and whatnot. So there's the 1 hour break, and the zone that did break it was basically that candle. But to play it safe, do the whole move, because that move there, what you can see is the sell to buy, and that's where the orders are pushed down before a big break up, and vice versa for sells. So I would personally be looking, and that's nearly a double top, so it might break up a little bit first. I would personally be looking for something like this to happen. So we might take the high out during the Asian range, we might kind of play around a little bit, and then I'd be looking maybe tomorrow morning at sinking into this kind of area, maybe tapping into this, but I'd be looking for a bit of a play around here before probably London open tomorrow, or it might faff around there, drop down to there for Tuesday, and then buys. Might be totally wrong, guys. This might sound like bloody crap. This might sound crap, but this is just my view, and this is what I'll be looking at. And then obviously you can aim for the high as your first kind of trail your stop loss, and you could take 50% off the board there. But obviously we start to get a higher high there than the previous low. Well, I should have actually done that. Let me do it so it looks right. That one there. So we've actually broke past this supply area. We broke past that supply area with this zone, and then we'd be looking at entries around about there. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping, guys. Like I say, this is just my view on Euro USD for this kind of week. I'd like to see it to start to buy again, and maybe take out by the end of the week or the end of next week, start to take out the high that tapped into the weekly supply. But yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. Just a quick breakdown of where I think price is going. Let me know in the comments if you agree, if you disagree. I'm open to any comments. But yeah, and don't forget to like and subscribe the YouTube channel. And obviously, if you're watching this, you're probably subscribed anyway. But if you can like it, that'd be awesome. And then my Instagram, which is @therule7, and I do the odd daily on my story to do with trading, lifestyle, you name it. But there's a lot of knowledge on there, and there's some forex tips on there. So yeah, and I'll tag that in on this video somewhere @therule7. But yeah, apart from that, guys, I'll catch you on the next one, and thanks for watching.